All right, guys. So today I want to talk about Bitcoin, give you guys a little update. What is exactly happening right now with, of course, the entire cryptocurrency market this morning? Okay. Now, Bitcoin is having a slight drop today. Okay. And I want to talk about that. And I really want to talk about where Bitcoin could potentially be heading short term. Okay. Because I told you guys, usually August this month, next month, September, are usually pretty bearish months for Bitcoin. So understand in the next upcoming few weeks, I'm not expecting huge moves coming for Bitcoin, right? I'm really not. So understand, guys. Um, Short term, yeah, I'm not expecting huge movements, okay? Because usually these next upcoming few weeks are pretty bearish times for Bitcoin, right? August and September. But understand once October rolls around, November and December, I'm expecting Bitcoin to make huge moves. Okay, I still believe Bitcoin is still on track to reaching at least six figs towards the end of this year in 2024, right? So we're going to be talking about short term, what's going to happen with Bitcoin, and of course, long term, right? In the next, towards the end of this year in 2024, October, November, and December, and of course, throughout next year in 2025. So let me show you guys what is happening right now with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now, $63,000. It is actually dropping. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin just below $64,000. Right now it's at $63,000. So if we go to the 1 hour time frame, we know Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating, and right now, yeah, as you can clearly see, it is having a slight drop right now, right over here. Okay, yeah, I can clearly see that, right? So it is having a slight drop, okay? And yesterday we saw Bitcoin at about 63,800, 900, somewhere around there. So yeah, this morning Bitcoin is having a slight drop right now, which is okay. Okay, I'm expecting, Bitcoin, in the next few weeks, like I said, to have some corrections back down to the downside, right? So that's Bitcoin. Um, Down 2.4% today for the past 24 hours. Ethereum is now back below, just below $2.7 thousand, and it's down 2.7% today. A fair few alts, okay, are in fact down as well. Okay, a lot of alts actually are down. Looking at this right now, BNB down 4%, Solana 1%, XRP 2%, Dogecoin 4%, Cardano 4%, Toncoin still continuing to drop as well, 12%. And we know why Toncoin is having a major drop right now is because the CEO or the creator of Toncoin, I think it's Telegram, right? We know the news about that is in fact being arrested in France. So that's why we are in fact seeing Toncoin having a drop. Avalanche 4%, okay, Sheep 3%, Chainlink 2%. A lot of alts are in fact down. Okay, Yasin's clearly see that it is obviously a red day today for the crypto market. Okay, Yasin's clearly see a lot of reds today. Okay, Bitcoin is down and a lot of alts are down. So it's a great time to buy, guys. But we're not seeing huge drops for Bitcoin. It's only down 2%, so it's nothing too major, nothing too crazy, but it's still a great time to buy, guys. Okay, it really is. Overall, market today is down 2.8%, almost 3%, right? Global crypto market cap still above 2 trillion, 2.21 trillion, which is always great to see. So that's that, right? Now, BlackRock. Okay, we know BlackRock have in fact been buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin for the past few months. Ever since the Bitcoin ETFs have in fact been approved and launched and whatnot, BlackRock, okay, and a lot of these institutions, but BlackRock especially, they have been buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin. The inflows have been insane recently, and we know, okay, that BlackRock, okay, they now hold over 350,000 Bitcoins, over 350,000 Bitcoins, which is insane. Okay, they are slowly, accumulating a whole bunch of Bitcoin. I've been telling guys, right? BlackRock, they're not stopping. They want to take your Bitcoins. This is why, guys, you should hold your Bitcoins. Don't sell your Bitcoins and give it to BlackRock because they will buy it. They are buying a whole bunch of it. And for the past few months, right throughout this year, in 2024, Yasin's clearly see what this chart is showing here. BlackRock have in fact been buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin throughout this year in 2024, ever since the Bitcoin ETFs were approved and launched, right? So absolutely insane, guys. This is obviously, very, very bullish. Okay, so BlackRock, they now hold over 350,000 Bitcoins, and they're slowly catching up to Satoshi Nakamoto, because we know, guys, Satoshi Nakamoto, he or she, this anonymous person, um, holds over 1 million Bitcoins. So BlackRock is slowly catching up to Satoshi Nakamoto, right? Very, very bullish in my opinion, right? Very, very bullish for BlackRock and Bitcoin in general, right? This is history right now. Okay, it really, really is. Now, this is what I really wanted to show you guys, okay, because, let's talk about long term real quick, especially next year in 2025. We know next year, 2025, will be an amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto. So I really want to talk about this because Mags here is in fact pointing out a very, very good prediction here that Bitcoin has the potential to reach $200,000. Now, I've been telling guys many times that Bitcoin reaching 200K is very, very possible in the next bull cycle / the bull run, right? It's very, very possible for Bitcoin to reach $200,000. So let me read this out to you guys, because he did in fact make some pretty good statements here. So it says here, okay, when will Bitcoin top out? Bitcoin has shown a pattern in previous cycles where it tops out several months after the halving event. In 2013, Bitcoin's pumped over 9,500% and peaked 406 days after the halving. In 2017, it climbed by 4,100%, reaching its peak 511 days post-halving. In 2021, it gained 636%. It topped out 546 days after the halving. Currently, Bitcoin is still in a consolidation phase following its recent halving. If this cycle follows a similar pattern, we could expect Bitcoin to top out between June and October 2025, about 400 to 550 days from now. Even if we see just half the growth of the previous cycle, a 300% increase from current levels could push Bitcoin's price to around $200,000. Okay, so this is a very, very good statement, and this just clearly shows you guys that Bitcoin has huge potential, a very, very high chance that we could potentially see Bitcoin at 200K and of course over 200K. So understand, guys, Bitcoin is truly ready to hit 200K next year in 2025. I'm telling you this right now, I know for sure. Okay, and I've been predicting this for the longest time now. I've been telling guys many times that personally, and I'm pretty sure, a lot of you guys can agree with me on this one, that, Bitcoin has huge potential to reach 200K, in the next upcoming bull run, / bull cycle, right? So 200K is possible, to 50K, I think personally is possible as well. Now, 300K to over 300K is very, very possible as well, guys. Okay, it's all about patience here. So understand, Bitcoin is ready to reach these high price targets next year in 2025. 2025 is going to be a wild year for Bitcoin and crypto, because if Bitcoin is pumping, then of course altcoins will pump. We know alt season is obviously right around the corner, so get ready for that. But short term, guys, okay, so I've seen this, and this is, we are facing a very, very, pattern here, a very, very similar pattern, right? So we know Bitcoin has in fact been reaching a new high. It did in fact reach a new high above $73,000 back in March, right? And ever since then, Bitcoin has in fact been consolidating, and you just clearly see it's actually going lower and lower and lower. So will Bitcoin create another low in the next upcoming few weeks? I mean, there is potential, and the reason why there is potential that we could potentially see another, correction back down to the downside is because I told you guys, right? If you look here at the Bitcoin monthly returns, usually August is a pretty bearish month for Bitcoin. Same with September, especially September. September is like one of the most bearish months for Bitcoin, right? I mean, things could change for this year in 2024, okay? But I'm not expecting anything too crazy or huge for Bitcoin in the next upcoming few weeks. So understand, August, September, I'm not expecting huge movements. So this could potentially happen. How long? I mean, I know for sure that we could potentially short term see Bitcoin having some corrections, but we really don't know, okay, how low it will go, right? But there is potential, huge potential, that we could potentially see Bitcoin having a correction back down to the downside, right? Because August is a pretty bearish month So far, it's down 1.9%, pretty much 2%, and September is a very, very bearish month for Bitcoin. But understand, once October rolls around, November and December, I think that's when the tables will turn, everything will switch up for Bitcoin, and that's when things will kick off. Right? I've been telling guys this many, many times. So if we really think about it, we have less than 2 months left. Less than 2 months left to really buy Bitcoin at a cheap price. Right, to really, DCA, prepare ourselves for the next upcoming bull run, right? So time is ticking, guys. Honestly, we don't have a lot of time left. The bull run is coming very, very soon. So please be prepared for that. But yes, Bitcoin history repeating, just like, oh, you guys can't even see it. Just like what happened back in 2020 with the COVID crash. I've talked about this pattern a fair bit now, but this will happen. So back in 2020, we did in fact have a black swan event with the COVID crash. Okay, we did in fact see Bitcoin dropping a fair bit, and then it did in fact have a recovery. You guys can clearly see it's like a V-shaped recovery right here, and then it did enter a bull run, right? So you guys can clearly see very, very similar to what happened for this year in 2024. We had the Japan stock market crash a couple of weeks ago. Okay, and yes, clearly see we did in fact see, I wouldn't say it's like a V shape, right? But we are in fact seeing a very, very slow recovery back up to the upside, and this could potentially, lead the way just like what it did back in 2020. Okay, so we could potentially see a massive uptrend, right? A massive pump, okay, a bull run going for Bitcoin. Okay, remember guys, Bitcoin likes to repeat recent patterns. Okay, it likes to do that. Okay, very, very similar to what it did with the COVID crash, right? It looks very, very similar to what's happening right now with Bitcoin. So there is huge potential, okay, that we will see Bitcoin breaking out, right? And I told you guys with that resistance line, I've been talking about this resistance for the longest time now. Once Bitcoin breaks that resistance, then yes, it will reach new highs, okay? But yes, bull run begins. $350,000 is very, very possible. Like I told you guys, right? Just like what I told you guys, with this 200k Bitcoin is possible. Now $350,000 is possible as well. Okay, the thing is, guys, no one actually realistically knows where the top will be for Bitcoin. That's the truth. These are all just predictions here, but I am telling you this right now. Bitcoin will for sure be in the six figures, of course. 100k, 150 to 200k, to even over 200k. 250k to 300k is possible as well. $350,000, just like what this chart is showing us here, right? It is very, very possible, right, for us to see Bitcoin at $350,000 per coin in the next upcoming bull run. Okay, this bull run is going to be, in my opinion, the most craziest one out of all the other bull runs that we have in fact been seeing for Bitcoin throughout Bitcoin history. This one that's coming up is going to be the most craziest one. So please be prepared for that. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. As I am filming this video right now, Bitcoin is actually dropping even more. Right now, it's currently just below $63,000. So it's dropping, okay, slightly. So I will keep you guys updated on what's going to happen with Bitcoin. We will see by tonight where Bitcoin will be heading. Okay, maybe it could drop potentially even lower. So I will keep you guys updated on that. But guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. That is always appreciated. And I catch you guys all in my next video. Have a good one, guys.